News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and 98.3 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
The vote was in last night.
Armstrong votes yes. Bentley votes yes. Cares votes yes. Tabari votes yes. Heddle votes yes. Hess votes yes. Jones votes yes. Marler votes yes. Sweeney votes yes. Mossberg votes yes. West votes yes. Wilkins votes yes. Would anybody like to change your vote? That's 12 ayes.
That was at the Missoula City Council last night. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Montana Morning for Tuesday, February 28th, 2017. Some light snow in the area, 27 degrees in Missoula right now. Our newscast sponsored by Dig It Excavating, bringing 30 years of excellence to every job. Call 214-4292. Roads around the area becoming snow-covered, snow-packed. In intermittent snowpack on Highway 93 North right now. Intermittent snowpack on I-90 from Superior up over Lookout Pass, and snow cover on I-90 from Frenchtown to Superior at this time. Most of the other roads are either barren dry or barren wet. Our top story this morning, the long journey of the city of Missoula and its effort to acquire Mountain Water Company came to an end last night with a vote to approve the sale of $140 million in bonds to purchase the utility. In a unanimous 12-0 vote, the City Council backed Mayor John Engen in his leadership through the condemnation, the lawsuits, the trials, and the Supreme Court case to force the water utility into public control. War II's Jordan Hess said the decision would be seen in a favorable light as time passes.
My belief that when we wake up tomorrow, this action will be judged favorably. I think that based on my understanding of our community and my interactions with my constituents, that is a fundamental truth. But my sincere hope and my sincere belief is that these actions will be judged even more favorably in 100 years or 500 years.
Former Chief Administrator for the city, Bruce Bender, congratulated Mayor Engen on his ultimate victory to bring the water system into public rather than private hands.
Mayor Engen and City Council, congratulations on this. This is a great moment. The people of Missoula have been waiting for this for a very long time. Congratulations to you, Mayor Engen, for your vision, for your endurance down the long, winding road with a lot of bumps.
Ward 5's Julie Armstrong expressed her condolences to the employees of Mountain Water for all they've endured during the long fight over the utility's ownership.
I will not speak for the rest of council, but I want to personally apologize to the employees of Mountain Water for what they've gone through over the past few years. I'm sorry that you suffered the anxiety of not knowing what was happening with the future of your employer, for the constant tension involved with reading daily headlines, and for any trauma induced by hearing disparaging statements made regarding the quality of your work. This is a good thing. We will all go forward, and I'm truly sorry for any of the stress that you or your families may have undergone.
When the transaction is complete, the utility will be known as the Missoula Water Company. 32-year-old Emily Levins appeared in Missoula Justice Court yesterday, charged with vehicular homicide while under the influence in the hit-and-run death of 30-year-old Benno Big Back Jr. At her Missoula Justice Court appearance on Monday, Deputy Missoula County Attorney Amber Henning explained to Judge Marie Anderson why she was requesting $50,000 bail.
The defendant is charged with vehicular homicide while driving under the influence and leaving the scene of an accident. The defendant has 3 failure to appears on traffic matters out of Great Falls, one from this past August, giving her history of missing court, the nature of the offense, and the fact that she's facing a mandatory minimum sentence in this case. We feel that $50,000 is appropriate.
Henning shared more information about the defendant with the judge.
It's also consistent with bail that you'd set on another vehicular homicide that was charged 2 weeks ago. We don't object to pretrial services, and we ask that she be placed on SAP or 24/7 as a condition of release, and that she not drive.
In the courtroom were members of the Big Back family who tearfully listened to the charges. Police have arrested 2 suspects accused of beating a homosexual couple outside the Rhino Bar in downtown Missoula over a week ago. Police Public Information Officer Travis Welsh explains.
They are 37-year-old Wade Turner and 33-year-old Steve Nibel. Both have been cited for account of misdemeanor assault and also disorderly conduct.
Many have wondered if the 2 will face hate crimes charges.
Well, first of all, there is no statute that's titled hate crime. Hate crime is actually a designation for a sentence enhancement that is not included in the Montana Code Annotated. So the hate crime designation would have to be applied at the federal level, and it's beyond the investigation of the incident itself.
Though the attack occurred 2 weekends ago, police detectives were able to use surveillance video and descriptions from witnesses to track down those suspects. Lake County Sheriff Don Bell says students of all ages were on board and were not seriously injured when a school bus crashed into a passenger vehicle yesterday.
A little after 8 o'clock, a southbound school bus and a northbound passenger vehicle collided what we commonly call Lakes Corner, and the driver of the passenger vehicle was killed on scene, and we brought another bus into the area and offloaded the kids into the bus, and they were taken to the Ronan school where parents were notified.
Sheriff Bell said the crash was a corner-to-corner crash, almost a full head-on, and that others were injured as well.
The kids were checked by the Ronan ambulance crew, and then they were released to go get checked at the school. The driver of the bus had some minor injuries to his face from glass shrapnel, and he was also taken to the hospital. The bus did take pretty good damage. It pushed that front axle back and flattened that front tire and then knocked the back axle of the bus loose.
Lakes Corner, where the accident occurred, is about 3/4 of a mile north of Ronan. Sheriff Bell said he's seen many accidents at this location, as it's easy during a long curve to drift into the wrong lane. Highway Patrol is investigating to determine what led to the fatal crash. The other man's name has not yet been released. The Montana House has endorsed a bill that would require the state health department to work with other organizations to develop a plan to prevent child abuse and neglect. The House supported the bill 71-28 yesterday after some discussion over whether the agency should already have such a plan. It faces a third reading vote. And the Montana House has voted down a proposal to allow guns in schools. 15 Republicans joined 41 Democrats yesterday to reject the bill on a 56-44 vote. The measure by Republican Representative Seth Bergley of Joliet would have allowed a full-time school employee who meets certain shooting standards to carry concealed weapons on school property. Bergley said during the half-hour debate that an average school shooting lasts only 3 minutes, and the only person who would be able to respond is a person at the school. Lawmakers who voted against the bill noted their constituents have been vocal in their opposition. Democrat Representative Mafi Funk of Helena said almost 1,200 people contacted lawmakers about the bill by phone or through the legislature's messaging system, with 1,109 people against it, only 80 in favor. Our News Talk time now is 6:12.
Newstalk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Scattered snow showers expected today with snow accumulation staying under an inch. Daytime highs will top out in the mid-30s. Winds will be breezy with wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Snow likely tonight with our lows in the mid-20s. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.